Tonight, we stand on the edge of history. China has just announced a breakthrough, a form of light-speed travel. This is not science fiction. It's reality, revealed from a facility in Beijing. The implications are staggering, touching every aspect of human life. It redefines national power, reshapes the global economy, and alters our destiny as a species. The world is holding its breath, waiting to see what happens next. For decades, the United States led in technological innovation. That era may be ending. Project Starlight promises to shrink the vast distances of space into manageable journeys. A trip to Mars could now take minutes, not months. The entire solar system is, in theory, our backyard. Scientists demand data, governments convene emergency sessions, and markets react with excitement and fear. This is not just about one country's success. It's a fundamental shift in the human paradigm. How will this technology be shared? Who will write the rules for this new age? We are at a crossroads, a moment that will be studied for centuries. Tonight, we take you inside this incredible story and what it means for humanity. The race for the future has just begun, and China has a commanding lead. This breakthrough is the result of a decades-long strategy. China invested heavily in education, sending its brightest abroad and bringing them home to build a better future. The turning point came in the early 2000s, when China shifted from factory to laboratory. Billions poured into research and development, with national programs like Made in China 2025. Fields like AI, quantum computing, and biotech became priorities, not just for growth, but for strategic autonomy. This created the ecosystem for Project Starlight. China built the world's largest radio telescope, launched its own space station, and brought back lunar samples. Each success built confidence and trained a new generation of talent. Technology is power, and China understood that the nation controlling key technologies controls the future. Massive state-directed investment in science was a long-term bet. With Project Starlight, that bet has paid off spectacularly. The world watched as China methodically achieved milestone after milestone. This relentless drive was about more than pride. It was about shaping the future. Now, China stands at the forefront of a new technological era. The global balance of power is shifting before our eyes. Project Starlight began in secrecy in 2018, overseen by China's top scientific and military bodies. The project united leading physicists, propulsion experts, and quantum specialists. Dr. Li Xian, a reclusive theoretical physicist, led the effort with near unlimited resources. The core work took place at a clandestine Gobi Desert facility, Base 734. Thousands worked in isolation, under the guise of climate research. The secrecy was absolute. Most scientists knew only their piece of the puzzle. The first breakthrough came in May 2024. An unmanned probe, Starlight 1, traveled to Mars orbit and back in 32 minutes. The probe used the new quantum tunneling drive. The technology was stable, controllable, and incredibly fast. Over the next year, tests scaled up for larger vessels. The first manned test succeeded in August 2025, just before the public reveal. Dr. Li Xian described it. "We have not broken the laws of physics. We have found a new way to navigate them. We are not traveling through space, but between its folds." The world's physicists are now scrambling to understand the implications. Data released by Beijing is being analyzed in labs worldwide. The scientific community is racing to verify and comprehend this leap. The story of Project Starlight is one of secrecy, ambition, and a new era for humanity. The revolution has begun. How does the quantum tunneling drive work? It doesn't propel a spacecraft in the traditional sense. It manipulates space-time itself. Immense energy creates a temporary wormhole, folding distant points in space together. The ship tunnels through this fold, arriving almost instantly. The breakthrough came from compact fusion reactors, generating the necessary energy. Exotic matter with negative mass energy holds the tunnel open. A quantum AI controls the process, performing trillions of calculations for safe navigation. The first test to Mars orbit, 55 million kilometers, took just 16 minutes. The drive can perform rapid jumps, allowing complex maneuvers across the solar system. The risks are immense. A miscalculation could be catastrophic, and the exotic matter is highly unstable. China claims robust safety protocols, but skepticism remains. The power to fold space is also the power to unleash unimaginable destruction. The political implications are seismic. China's light-speed technology challenges decades of US dominance in space. The ability to move assets anywhere in the solar system in minutes is a strategic game-changer. Existing space-based military infrastructure is suddenly obsolete. A new, high-stakes space race has begun. China can offer access to allies, creating a new technological bloc. The United Nations calls for a new space treaty, but China now negotiates from strength. The US and its allies are desperate to catch up, risking a new Cold War fought in cyberspace and labs. The stakes have never been higher. The economic impact is immense. Light-speed travel makes asteroid mining and off-world industry practical. China could monopolize extraterrestrial resources, controlling future supply chains. The interplanetary economy is born. Zero-gravity manufacturing, solar power stations, and space tourism become real possibilities. China is poised to build and control the infrastructure of this new economy, a Silk Road among the stars. The effects will ripple across every sector, from real estate to logistics. Compact fusion energy, a byproduct, could solve the world's energy crisis. But this revolution brings risks: destabilized markets, economic conflict, and new inequalities. If China floods markets with asteroid-mined metals, Earth-based economies could collapse. The question of equity looms large. Will the benefits be shared or concentrated in a few hands? Without international cooperation, this leap could deepen global inequality. The opportunities are vast, but so are the dangers. The world must adapt quickly. Beyond politics and economics, this breakthrough will change our society and our sense of identity. We are no longer bound to Earth. Our horizons expand to the solar system. Off-world colonies are now possible, raising profound social and ethical questions. Who gets to go? Will new societies repeat Earth's inequalities or forge something new? Education and inspiration will surge as a new generation dreams of the stars. But the risk of new social divides is real. Space could become a privilege for the few. The psychological and cultural impacts will be immense. The future is a blank page, and it's up to us to write a story of hope and unity. The global scientific community reacts with awe, skepticism, and excitement. Dr. Michio Kaku calls it a Nobel-scale achievement. If verified, it rewrites physics. Scientists demand independent confirmation, but agree it's a game-changer. Military analysts warn of a new Sputnik moment. The US is now in second place. Urgent responses are needed to avoid strategic vulnerability. Economists see both immense opportunity and risk. Asteroid mining could upend markets, and resource colonialism is a real threat. The key question is governance. How will we manage this new frontier? Philosophers and ethicists warn, this is not just a technological challenge, but a test of our values. Will we unite as a species, or fracture into new elites and outcasts? The choices we make now will shape humanity's destiny for millennia. The responsibility is profound. The world must act wisely. The future is in our hands. We have witnessed a historic leap, China's Project Starlight. The world is at an inflection point, facing vast promise and peril. This is not just China's story, it's humanity's. The power to fold space brings new resources, knowledge, and risks. Our path forward depends on our choices, wisdom, and cooperation. We need global dialogue, scientific collaboration, and informed citizens. The future is no longer a distant dream, it's here, demanding our attention. Engage with the debate, share your voice, and help shape this new era. The journey has just begun. The next chapter is up to us.